I am particularly delighted to welcome His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, the immediate First President of the Republic of Kenya, and members of his delegation, and especially thank him for honoring our invitation to give the keynote speaker at this retreat. We look forward to hearing about your experience, especially around the last months, prior to handing over to your successor. This retreat is organized at a time when we have commenced political activities and campaigns for the forthcoming general elections in the first quarter of 2023. It therefore provides an opportunity for us as a government to reflect on the progress made so far, review the status of the implementation of the policies, programs, and projects of government in line with the collective aspirations of our people, as well as identify areas that need urgent intervention. An exercise like this will ensure that we maintain the right trajectory before the end of May 2023 in order to achieve the promises we made to the Nigerian people at the inception of this administration. I am glad to note that over the past 3 years, ministries have continued to navigate the challenging times to ensure the implementation of policies, programs, and projects in the ministerial mandates signed by ministers and permanent secretaries in 2019. The administration of the laudable policy thrust of this administration is periodically tracked, reviewed, and analyzed by the Central Delivery Coordination Unit through quarterly performance reports of the 29 ministries, including the Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation. Through the innovative delivery initiative put in place by this government in 2019, I have continued to receive weekly updates from Secretary to the Government of the Federation, prepared by Central Delivery Coordination Unit on the implementation of the ministerial mandates. So far, the reports show that we are making remarkable progress and on track to reach most of the deliverables in the ministerial mandates against the benchmark targets for 2023. The objective is to ensure that we complete and deliver on our flagship projects and programs, promote sustainable economic growth and development, as well as improve the living standards of our people. In recognition of the importance of critical infrastructure in economic development and the quest of this administration to leave a lasting legacy, we have implemented high-impact projects across the length and breadth of the country that meet the yearnings and aspirations of Nigerians. Some of the notable achievements include the completion of 326 kilometers Itape-Ajakuta-Warri rail line and railway ancillary facilities, the completion of over 150 kilometers Lagos-Ibadan standard gauge railway modernization project with extension to Lagos, Port Harcourt, Port, and Apapa. On road projects, the administration has constructed 408-kilometer roads, 2,499 kilometers of Cook roads, and maintenance of 15,961 kilometers of roads across the country. Key among these projects are the construction of 1.9 kilometer second Niger bridge linking Anambra and Delta states with 10.30 kilometers approach road rehabilitation, construction, and expansion of Lagos, Shagamu, Ibadan dual carriageway. The ongoing rehabilitation of Abuja, Kaduna, Kano Road, among others. We have sustained our commitment to infrastructural development for the past 7 years. This is evident in handling over 941 kilometers of completed Sukuk Road projects nationwide. Furthermore, the federal government has embarked on the reconstruction of 21 selected federal roads totaling 1,846 kilometers under the Road Infrastructure Development and Refurbishment Investment Tax Credit Policy. The roads, which are funded by Nigerian National Petroleum Limited, are in addition to similar existing collaboration with Mrs. Dangote Industries Limited and other corporate organizations to improve the stock of our road infrastructure. On another front, the establishment of a national carrier for Nigeria is at 91% completion, expected to commence flight operations before the end of this year. This is being boosted with the certification of 2 of our international airports, Lagos and Abuja, by International Civil Aviation Organization, while Kano and Port Harcourt airports are undergoing similar certification process. On the economy, we have witnessed 7 consecutive quarters of growth after negative growth rates recorded in the second and third quarters of 2020. The GDP grew by 3.54% year-on-year in real terms in the second quarter of 2022. This growth rate represents a sustained positive economic performance, especially for the non-oil GDP, which fell by 4.77% in quarter 2 2022 against oil GDP that grew by minus 11.7%. Most sectors of the economy recorded positive growth, which reflects the effective implementation of the economic sustainability measures introduced by this administration. As part of our continued drive to promote the communication and digital economy sector, giant strides have been made through our broadband coverage, which currently stands at 44.32%. This being reinforced by 77.52% G4 or 4G coverage, with the establishment of 36,751 4G base stations nationwide. The power sector has remained critical priority to the administration. The implementation of a willing buyer, willing seller policy introduced by this administration has opened up opportunities for increased delivery of electricity to underserved homes and industries. We are also executing a number of critical projects through the transmission, rehabilitation, and expansion program, which will result in achieving the national goal of improved power by 2025. It is important to state that the partnership between the federal government of Nigeria and German Siemens AG through the Presidential Power Initiative to increase electricity generation to 25,000 megawatts in 6 years is on course, as the first batch of the transformers has arrived in Nigeria already. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you will recall that I signed the much-awaited Petroleum Industry Act into law on 16 August 2021. The Act provides a legal governance, regulatory, and fiscal framework for the Nigerian petroleum industry, as well as the development of host communities and related matters. To achieve the objectives of FIA, we have unbundled the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation and have established the Nigerian National Petroleum Limited, Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. As part of efforts towards strengthening our national security, we have substantially invested in arms, weapons, and other critical military hardware, as well as continuous training for our armed forces. The Nigerian Air Force has acquired 38 brand new aircraft and is expecting another batch of 36 new ones, while the Nigerian Navy has been equipped with new platforms, sophisticated riverine rigid hull, inflammable seaward defense, whaler, and fast attack boats, as well as helicopters and capital ships. To boost the number of our police personnel, 20,000 policemen have been recruited, trained, and fully integrated and deployed in 2020 and 2021. This exercise has strengthened our community policing strategy, which is enshrined in the Police Act 2020. As an administration, we have unwavering and in our fight against corruption, we will continue to review and prosecute high-profile corruption cases and ensure speedy completion. Accordingly, we have established platforms to promote collaboration among anti-corruption and prosecuting agencies of government. This is to ensure government at all levels is effective, efficient, accountable, and transparent. The implementation of our social investment programs and other social economic programs and policies demonstrates our administration's continued commitment to enhancing the welfare of average Nigerian. As of June 2022, we had enrolled 75% of the 1 million beneficiaries of Batch C under the N-Power program. Additionally, 9,990,862 pupils are being fed through the school feeding program, which employs 128,531 cooks in local communities. Following the passage of the National Health Act in 2014, this administration began the inclusion of the 1% minimum portion of the Consolidated Revenue Fund to cater for the Basic Health Care Provision Fund. Consequently, 988,652 poor and indigent Nigerians have been enrolled in the Basic Health Care Provision Fund. We should also note that a total of 7,373 primary health facilities have been accredited and capitated under the National Health Insurance Scheme pathway, while 7,242 primary healthcare facilities are receiving decentralized facility financing under the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Basic Healthcare Provision Fund Gateway. On the issue of coronavirus pandemic, Nigeria has done extremely well in its response to the pandemic, having been commended by the World Health Organization. As at the end of September this year, 51,713,575 eligible people had received the first dose of the coronavirus vaccine, representing 46.3% of the eligible population. Out of this number, 38,765,510 people have been fully vaccinated, and this represents 34.7% of the eligible population that is fully vaccinated. I therefore encourage all eligible Nigerians to ensure that they are fully vaccinated, as Nigeria's vaccine stock balance stands at about 27 million doses. As a direct result of our investment in the agricultural sector has experienced significant growth, the shortfall in food production and food importation bills have both been reduced significantly. Along with the production of other staple crops, we have reached our goal of self-sufficiency in rice production. We are exerting a lot of effort to solve the problem of the rising cost of food that is related to inflation being a global crisis. Our efforts in building the capacity of our youth are yielding results. Only recently, Nigeria finished 7th on the medals table out of 72 nations and territories that participated in the 2022 Commonwealth Games held in Birmingham, United Kingdom, winning 12 gold, 9 silver, and 14 bronze. Indeed, the nation is proud of the exploits of Toby Amusin for winning the 2022 World Athletics Championships 100-meter hurdles gold medal in Eugene, Oregon, thereby setting a new world record at the World Athletes Championship. Distinguished guests and participants, to this consolidate our achievements over the last 3 years, this retreat has been designed to A, review the performance of ministries in delivering the ministerial mandates signed in 2019, B, identify and propose solutions towards solving key impediments to implementation, and C, re-strategize on how to accelerate the delivery of results along the 9 priority areas of our administration, especially as the administration is winding down. Ladies and gentlemen, at this critical point in the life of our administration, it is imperative for ministers, permanent secretaries, and all heads of agency to reinvigorate their efforts in ramping up delivery of flagship programs and projects contained in their ministerial mandates. Let me now acknowledge the efforts of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation and his able team in sustaining the annual performance review retreat, which has enabled us to maintain focus on our agenda and, more importantly, provide solid evidence that supports our achievements. I am also proud to see that our administration is staying true to our commitment to the Open Government Partnership Initiative, which I signed up in 2017. In this regard, the Prudential Delivery Tracker was launched on 30th August 2022, which is a clear testament to this administration's commitment to participatory governance. As part of efforts to strengthen performance management culture, the Central Delivery Coordination Unit is being institutionalized. As an initiative of this administration, I am delighted to bequeath this legacy to my successor as part of the mechanisms that will assist the next administration in delivering on its promises to the Nigerian people. Finally, I wish to encourage all participants to engage optimally throughout this retreat. I look forward to a very fruitful session and stimulating exchange of views. It is my pleasure now to formally declare this retreat open. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.